What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's time for another episode of Cooking with Lamia, and today I'm going to be making a lamb stew. Now, I've done this before in the past, and I've just kind of uploaded pictures to my Instagram accounts, but I decided to do a video just to show you guys a little bit of what's going on. So, what you're going to do is, I got some onions I cut up already, some garlic I cut up already also, and I got my frying pan. So you're going to need the frying pan, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, thyme, salt, flour, and I'll basically show you how to do all this stuff. Really simple, really easy. I already got the oil and onions cooking, so I'll throw the onions in now and get that started, and I'll show you guys the process as it's going so that it's not very confusing or anything like that. I hope everybody's doing good with this whole virus going on and all the other bullshit in the world. Hopefully you guys are all safe and not too much is going on. You're also going to need some beef broth, and I'll show you why afterwards. But yeah, so basically for this you're going to need some lamb shank, and I like to use lamb neck bones. Again, you could use whatever type of lamb you want to use, bone-wise, whatever you prefer to use. You could add vegetables, you don't have to, that's your choice. I'm not very big into the vegetables like that, but I will add a couple of potatoes occasionally. So now, in a separate, I guess like plastic container, if you will, you're gonna want to add a decent amount of flour into a plastic container. As you can see, you're gonna want to add some thyme into it. Some thyme. You don't need the salt, but some thyme, onion powder. Put a decent amount. That should be good. A little bit of paprika. So you're going to do paprika. I know it says parsley flakes on it. I just put it in there so that I don't waste any of the storage space. Some garlic powder. And I like to use the Cajun spice as always. So what you're going to do, very simple, while I have the onions in the pan browning, you're going to take your lamb neck bones and very lightly flour your lamb neck bones. You're going to make sure that it's all covered so that all you see is the white. You don't want to see any part of the meat. And very one by one, so to speak, you're just going to throw them in your pan with the onions and your garlic that you have browning. Now again, very easy process. And when you brown the meat, you want to make sure that it's all you want to make sure that it's not rare looking while you're browning it. Obviously the bigger pieces take longer time, so you have to be consistent with it and keep an eye on it. This is not something that you can, leave frying and go watch TV or go do something else. This is a process that you need to be hands-on with, be nearby. And even with the garlic and onions that you have browning, you don't want to set it on too high of a temperature. I like to keep it between a 6 and a 4 because you don't want to burn it. But at the same time, if it does burn, doesn't make a difference, because what you're going to do, and I always like doing this too because I don't like to let anything go to waste, oil wise. So what you're going to do also, that's one down, and then I have a couple of lamb shanks also I like to throw in. So even with that, the same process. But anyway, getting back to the oil, you're gonna use most of the oil that comes in the pot. Whatever, we could just keep that together, I guess. Most of the oil that comes in the pot or pan that you're using, you want to lightly just throw that into the pot of beef broth that you use. Now, with that, you're gonna fill up a pot, a decent sized pot, and you're gonna want to add your water. I like to add potatoes, mostly 4, and I cut them in half. Sometimes I leave them whole, depending on how I feel, depending on what I want to do with them. That's completely your choice. So you're gonna fill the pot up half with water, and while you have everything else going, I don't like to do everything all in one shot because it'll get confusing and you'll end up missing steps. So while I have this going, as you can see, I have the lamb meat browning, I have my onions. Now see, even though there's parts that are getting somewhat burnt, it's okay, it doesn't matter. You're gonna take the onions that you have and transfer them over into the water. Now, you might think it sounds silly, but when you add in the beef broth and you add in your lamb shanks and everything else, it adds to the flavor of the lamb stew that you're making. So again, everything that I'm doing makes a whole lot of sense, even though it might not to other people for whatever reason. And I have one more thing of lamb neck bones that you're gonna want to use. Now again, most of the time I make things just for myself. I don't mind sharing with people, but not everybody likes what I make in this house, so it is what it is. Some people are picky, and some people aren't. Me, I'm not picky. I eat whatever's offered to me. Yeah, you don't need, I could throw that in the sink for this one because you don't need to see that part, but I eat whatever's offered to me. Some people aren't like me. Some people are very picky. They don't like certain things that I like. Whatever the case may be. Anyway, so that's all done with, and I gotta wait to throw that in the pan to brown. Now, what I like to do also is I like to add macaroni in with the stew. You could add whatever type you want. I prefer to use elbow macaroni or cheddar macaroni. It's little circular macaronis or pasta. That's the best way to describe that, how that one looks. Again, you guys could use whichever one you want. It doesn't really make a difference. Or rice even does the trick also. Right now I'm just turning over the meat. I'll show you guys how I would prefer it to look if I was the one making it, but whether you guys make it however you guys want it, medium rare, whatever the case may be, that's your choice. I'm just showing you how I do it, and hopefully you guys get the hang of this video. Yeah. So this is the lamb shank. It's not done yet, so disregard that. But as you can see, all of the other ones are very well browned. And I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. Like I said, you don't have to worry about the pieces that get burnt. And for this type of meal, it actually adds to the flavor. So again, I don't use all of the onion in the pot. I use most of it. So you take whatever pieces, add it to the bucket. Add it to the pot of water that you have, little by little. And again, it adds to the flavor of your lamb stew. Now also, once you have everything together, everything's done, everything's nice and brown, what you want to do is add everything in. You're going to let this cook for about 2 hours and a half, give or take. You want the meat to be nice and tender. It's not fun when you're trying to eat a lamb neck bone or a pork neck bone or even a beef neck bone and the meat is very tough. You want the texture of the meat to be, the consistency basically, you want the meat to fall off the bone more or less. And by cooking it for 2.5 hours or longer, depending on how much patience you have, because not a lot of people have patience and they're very hungry, give or take, you're going to let it cook for that long, and I guarantee you the meat will be, the consistency will be so good that you could use a spoon to get the meat off the bone. Now, this is very good. You will have a lot of leftovers with this. Like I said, you could add whatever vegetables you want into, you can add whatever vegetables you want into this. I like to use potatoes. You could use carrots too, like the carrot sticks or the little baby carrots are good. But like I said, I'm not very big into using vegetables in my cooking, with the exception of potatoes. But whatever you guys want to use, that's up to you. That's your choice. And I don't judge anybody based on what they want or what they don't want to use. So now I'm going to add in, I'm going to flip over my neck bones, my lamb neck bones again. See, this is how the lamb shank looks after I flipped it. And that's basically how you want it to look. See, I'm already pressing it with my spoon, my plastic spoon, and the meat is already nice and tenderized. So I think we have a good meal coming out, don't you think? I think we'll be alright. So now I'm going to add this in. So that one's done. This one, they're all done for the most part. Browning to my liking. It doesn't have to, you know, again, you can keep it the way you want. If you want it rare, medium rare, well done. Whatever the case may be, whatever you guys and girls like, you can do. That's completely up to you. I don't judge anybody. So you guys basically get the point of everything. I will show you the last part, which to me isn't exactly the most important part, but the most important part of the whole process. The most important part of the whole process is the browning process, which you absolutely want to make sure you get down pat, well done. You want everything to come out good. You want the texture and the consistency to come out fantastic. So I will show you how to do that. Hopefully you guys get the gist of things with this video. If you don't, I'm sorry that my videos don't help you. During these rough times, even if my videos make you laugh, bring some joy into your life, if you look forward to my videos, I thank you. I appreciate you. If you just watch them to make fun of me, whatever the case may be, you know, it doesn't matter to me as long as you guys are happy. It puts a smile on your face. So now these are my last lamb shanks that I have, the neck bones and shanks. I'll add them in, let them brown, and do what they have to do. And, okay, so this flour is not good anymore, and so I'm going to get rid of this. Alright, so you guys basically get the idea of things. You get how the things, how things go when it comes to doing this lamb stew. It's very easy. It's not difficult. Does it take time? Yes, a little bit. But I mean, right now, everybody has all the time in the world to do what, you know, to do this type of cooking. If you don't know how to cook, and you want to learn how to cook, watch my videos, subscribe to my videos, tell your friends about my videos. Anything and everything that you guys can do to learn how to cook by watching my videos, please go ahead and do it. You know, I do this as a hobby. I do it because it's fun. I do it because it takes my mind off things. Some people write. I turn to this, and for me, this is what I enjoy doing. This is what interests me, and hopefully, you guys enjoy this stuff also. Again, now, like I said, not everybody enjoys my videos, not everybody watches my videos, but like I said, if I could bring joy into people's lives by doing something fun and interesting and making sure that they like my stuff and it makes them excited to watch my stuff and they look forward to it, then so be it. If you guys don't like it, then you guys don't like it, and I don't know what to tell you, but what I can tell you is that all my videos are made with love. They're made with a lot of heart put into it, a lot of thought put into my videos, a lot of effort put into my videos. So by you guys helping me and sharing my videos and helping me get my name out there, you're helping me achieve a much bigger dream than what I'm doing now. And I'm not going to go into details with what I'm doing because that's my own personal stuff, but I love the job I have now. I love what I'm doing now. My ultimate goal down the line is to own my own food truck, whether it be 30 years from now, whether it be 20 years from now, whether it be 5 years from now, whether it be a week from now, whatever the case may be. Again, share my videos, like, comment, subscribe. I cannot stress enough, guys, I have subscribers. I know who most of you guys are. It takes 10 seconds to comment on a video of mine. It takes 10 seconds to hit the like button or the dislike button. It takes 10 seconds to share my videos. It takes 10 seconds to comment on my Instagram account, which is Cooking with Lamia. You will see this little guy with the green background. This little guy with the green background. I know you can see him. Follow my Instagram account. I do not always do videos. Sometimes I get lazy. I come home from work. I don't want to see you guys. I don't want to talk to you guys. Comment on my stuff. Like my stuff. Subscribe. Share it. Do whatever you have to do. Help me get my name out there. And I will gladly help you guys in return. If you have a page, if you have a hobby, if you have something that you're interested in on your Instagram page, if you're selling something, I will gladly share your page on my page and help you guys out. Anyway, I am going to show you guys the last step of this video. I think most of you guys know how to boil water. I don't think I need to show you guys how to boil a pot of water for pasta. That's on you. If you don't know how to boil water, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. So, what you're going to do now, and yes, you are going to use the entire thing. It looks like a lot. Collagen broth, beef broth. What you're going to do, very simple, guys. Not difficult. You're going to twist it off. You're going to twist off the top. You are going to take the collagen broth, the beef broth that you see right here in my hand, and you are going to pour the entire thing into the pot of water. Now, this is very important. You may think that this is silly. I guarantee you that it is not silly. You are going to use this entire thing. You are going to wait until your lamb meat is done browning. You are going to turn the water on once everything is done. And that's the process, guys. This is, again, not very hard. Please be sure to share my videos. Everybody in Minnesota, everybody in New York City, everywhere around the world, with everything going on, be safe, be vigilant. Look out for your friends, look out for your family. The world's a fucked up place right now, and hopefully, you know, everybody can unite as one against all this negativity. And again, be safe. This is Cooking with Lamia. Enjoy, guys, and stay hungry.